Bayonne Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Patricia McGeehan, will not renew her contract after last night's Board of Education meeting with 5 trustees voting against it. More than 11 residents pleaded to renew her contract, including former Bayonne Board of Education President William Lawson and Bayonne Board Business Administrator Leo Smith.
The last place that I want to be is at a Board of Education meeting, believe me. But I'll tell you something. For this lady, I'll be here. She deserves to be the superintendent as long as she wants to. She has dedicated her life to the students, to the parents, to the staff here in Bayonne. She is a tremendous asset. I was with the superintendent when 9/11 hit. Now, nobody likes to talk about that, and certainly not the superintendent's going to take any accolades on that, but that day, she organized and she worked through the night. Let's talk about Sandy, housing people down to school. She coordinated that, not me, she did. I saw these two gentlemen at the end with their smirks on their face when they got to move and second that motion. You guys are a disgrace to this town. I want to tell you something. You're not fooling these people in this town. You better smarten up over there and do the right thing. This lady deserves to be the superintendent as long as she wants to. You guys have an agenda, take it somewhere else. Don't punish this lady, don't punish the students in this town and all the organizations that she supports, and they support her.
She is not only recognized at the county and state level, but has brought national acclaim to the district with Blue Ribbon Schools. Having personally witnessed her work ethic, I can say I do not believe that the U.S. Secretary of Education, John B. King Jr., nor David C. Hespy, the New Jersey Commissioner of Education, work as hard as her. So what do? We judge by the good. We live with the decisions that don't work out. We have a Hall of Fame superintendent, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time to let her do her job as long as she wants.
I am retired now, but will always miss those days working for a lady that poured her heart and soul into the school system. Yes, there will be people that didn't agree with her philosophy. And one thing about Patsy, I have something written here. If somebody wasn't doing their job, yeah, they were afraid of her because she expected them to be 100%. And she used to say, when you're teaching, don't lose a second in teaching because you will never get that back.
I put this museum together to teach the kids the sacrifice of soldiers, not about killings or nothing like that, just about the sacrifice of veterans and what they've done. We had 8,000 kids come through last year. Going way back, the letters that we get, people that come down, it's unbelievable. If it wasn't for Dr. McGeehan, we wouldn't even exist. Sometimes some of the people I don't think ever seen you, but I really invite you one day to come down here when we have a class and see what we do and how these kids and the letters that they write back, all because of that lady back there. And you don't fix something that ain't broke.
Trustees Mary Jane Desmond, Ava Finnerty, Vice President Dennis Wilbeck, and Theodore Gerlich were obligated to abstain.
All of the major things that are going through this Board of Education, we have major programs coming out. We have the technical aspect that is really growing in leaps and bounds. We have been notified recently of a pre-K program that's probably going to come into Bayonne. We have buildings going up in Bayonne where we're going to have massive amounts of people coming into this city that's going to stretch the walls of our school system. I don't know how a new superintendent coming in is going to handle all of these activities and the dimensions and stress that it's going to bring on. And in November, there's going to be an election. There are going to be 4 members running for the Board of Education. And the makeup may not be the same. Nevertheless, when those 4 members come on, the average amount of experience on this Board of Education will probably be less than a year. And to have a new superintendent with a board that is really new, I think it's a disaster.
Trust me when I say this, this is not a firing. The changes that occurred recently in the city, with this new mayor, elected board, everybody started looking at changes and taking a look at transparency and all the above. We just, the matter of the fact is that everything needs to be looked at now. And unfortunately, this contract happens to be part of that review. I'd like to make something very clear, that Dr. McGeehan is the superintendent. She'll be the superintendent at least next year. I intend to give her my full support and cooperation, and I expect everyone else up here to do the same. I can tell you right now that no one up here thinks that Dr. McGeehan has done anything but a wonderful job so far.
It was 5-0 with 4 abstaining, voting against the renewal of McGeehan's contract. Hudson County View, the eye of the community.